Hi, it's Lisa Cuneo and welcome to my scrapbook table. I am making some embellishments from scraps today for Ginger's Corner, and this is for the swap that the requirement was to use paper that had a map on it. And so I have some map paper here. I didn't have quite enough, so I did use a different map paper for a couple of them. But then I used a die to cut out the word moments. And I also used a die from Hey Little Magpie, here it is, to cut out this compass rose. I love this die. If I weren't making a whole bunch for a swap, I would have glued together a couple layers of the die cut to make it more substantial. But die cutting is the most time-consuming part of this process for me, and I wasn't able to do double. So after I run it through my little mini die cut machine, I use this little tool and that spongy thing laying there, and then a pokey tool to help me get all the little pieces off. The roller thing with the sponge takes a lot of the little pieces out. I just have a few more to do. So it's not a big deal. And so I've cut out, I thought I did 10 of each, but somehow at the end I ended up with 9 of each. I'm not sure how that happened. Or 9 completed ones. Maybe I did one that I didn't care for or something, or it didn't work out. But then I went through my stash. You can see things on the left there. And I pulled out anything that had an embellishment or a phrase that could go with travel. And I just made them work. All of this is old stuff that I would really like to use up. So that worked out well for scraps to embellishments. All the papers that I cut, even the black behind, were from scraps. So that feels good to get those into an embellishment and into somebody's scrapbook, even though it isn't mine. That's okay. So I inked the edges of these because they were just paper. I think they're from a Kaiser Craft collection, travel related one. I bought it at Tuesday Morning ages and ages ago. And I inked the edges and just tucking it under here because I want it to fit within the embellishment. I don't want it to stick out. I was not thinking clearly, and you'll see toward the end that having part of that compass rose sticking out above the embellishment was not a good choice, but I did figure out how to make it work. So there's a couple, and I don't have you watch me go through all of these and pick out all the little things I'm going to use. I pulled out planes and cameras and sayings, and like that one has airplanes. I'm looking through them right now. Oh, there, I must be clicking through the ad in the movie I'm watching. Some sayings, like one says happiness in real life, which to me, travel is usually happiness. One says adventure and here. Bon voyage, weekend getaway. So that's the sort of thing I was doing. Then I trimmed out a couple cameras that went on one. I didn't want the brown camera, so I just trimmed it away and used the ones that were mostly black. In a moment, you will see how I package them. So when we do swaps on Ginger's Corner, we have these envelopes that we create from a 12 by 12 piece of paper. And it helps the embellishments that we create stay put in the envelope that we're mailing them in so that they don't move around and get bent and the corners get dinged up and they get crushed and that sort of thing. It's not foolproof, but Ginger and the ladies who are her assistants, they have this down to a science, and they know exactly how you should package things and give you really clear guidance. So it's really helpful. And they are in the know and know exactly how to make this work. And so you'll see the envelope that I am using in a moment. The other thing I did that I forgot to turn my camera on for was I found some little tiny jewels. I believe they're from a Stampin' Up! Collection. I think it had like peacocks with it or something, but the colors worked really well with this, and I just stuck one in the center of each of those compass roses. And it was the perfect finish for this little embellishment project. And I will show you that in just a moment. If you are not part of Ginger's, oh, there they are. You can see them right there. If you're not part of Ginger's Corner, I encourage you to go and join the Facebook group. I'll have a link for that in the description box below. Also, I had been wanting to make a QR code for my channel. My friend Tara gave me some advice and taught me through a few things, and I was able to do that. I printed them out because usually on the back of our swap we say who it's from. So now mine says who it's from, and it has a link through the QR code to my channel. So see there, I was trying to put that in this little 12 envelope from the 12 by 12 paper, and it was gonna bend that little arrow that is pointing north. So I just refolded the envelope. There are a couple that are a little taller, so I just put those in the center pocket where it doesn't matter. And I was able to fit 3 in each side, and I turned this one this way so that mainly because I didn't want the jewels, those little gem pieces, to be in all the same place. I wanted those throughout the envelope so that my final package isn't as thick as it would be if those ended up being layered together. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense in my brain, but I'm not sure the words worked. So I'm just finishing these up and getting them ready. I will put them in an envelope. I'm going out of town, but I'm going to go ahead and get them all packaged except like the address of where they need to get mailed. And if that information shows up while I'm out of town, my daughter can address the package for me and take care of that. But I will have the stamps in there, and it'll be all ready to go along with my self-addressed stamped envelope so that I can get the swaps back and see what new things I get to use to create with. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm really happy that you stopped by today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you'll go check out Ginger's Corner and see what others are making and join a swap if you like. That would be great. Still shots are coming up. Have a great day, and bye-bye.